Yeah, nothing, everything's fine over here so far. So,
Maybe there was just an issue that first time something was going wrong there.
well, I had Wi-Fi then. Okay, now I
Okay,
have the
first,
Ethernet.
okay, right there you're doing good. Right there, yeah. Get your chest out, pull your back tight, and then just pull some tension into the band first. Don't just snap up. Push right there. Good. Now push your hips forward and just stand up. Push your hips forward, basically. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze your butt, and right there. Keep your shoulder blades back and chest out.
Yeah.
So, but your arms
Okay.
straight. You see how your arms are a little bent? Have them straight. Just hang them like that, right there. Now, just let your hips go back and let the bar be dragged down by it. So don't bend forward. Your hips
That's what I
and
have.
ass go back
That's what I had a problem with is not bending my knees.
like that, like that, like that, like that. Good, good. Let it drag you down.
Okay.
And now squeeze up. There you go. Try to
I
avoid
feel
your knees coming forward as much as possible. That's all. But so far,
okay.
so good. But keep your upper back tight and your chest
Yep.
out. Always stay like that.
Is this the move where you always say to turn elbows in? And if it
Yes,
is, I've
exactly.
never understood what that means. Turn them. You mean like this?
Exactly. So you keep your lats tight and your chest out. But see, roll your shoulder blades back and stick your
Okay.
chest out.
Okay. And the other thing is, it always looks to me like people always lock their legs out on this move. Do they not? Is it an illusion, or do you not have to worry about that with this particular move?
With this particular move, it's not that important.
Okay.
But there you go. And then squeeze up. Just avoid your knees coming forward. So like avoid like the sitting down part. That's all.
That's what I have a problem with
Not a
when I want
problem.
to go
We'll
forward.
get that better every time. Okay.
Okay.
No one's gonna be perfected perfectly since the beginning, but we want to try to like let our ass go back without bending the knees so much.
Yeah.
Keep your arms straight. Good. And squeeze up through the glutes. Feel because the more up you keep your knees, pull back, the more you're gonna feel a stretch in your hamstrings. Because when you let your knees come forward, you're doing more of like a squat.
Yeah. When I do this, I always feel like I'm going to fall backward, though,
You
off
know
of
a
the
good way to
plate.
practice it? If you had a sofa behind you that you could push your heels against, then you could push yourself back without having.
I've tried this thing, but it just
Yeah.
wants to pull my shorts down. You know, I'm aware of this that you've had other people do.
Yeah, that's just to learn how to push against it. But you got to keep your knees forward. That's the whole thing. You got to keep your knees up. But you
Okay.
weren't doing bad before. Remember, it's going to improve on its own, little bit by little bit.
All right.
All right, move your legs more forward though. Your feet move them more forward. There you go.
Okay.
Slow down, slow down. There's no speed. We don't have to hurry.
I know that. Uh,
Perfect. Good. Right there. Good. Now let
is
your ass go back
okay.
and back up. That's it. Squeeze up through the butt. Good. Good.
So, am I locking my legs out or not? I
Just push your hips through. That's okay. Don't worry about the knees right now. You're doing pretty good. Just
okay.
don't snap the knee. Just don't snap the knee
Okay.
in place. Just squeeze up slowly and get and stand up straight. There you go. Good.
I can tell my knees keep bending because they're getting in the way on my way down.
Yeah. That's in all deadlifts. Right. Perfect. There you did good. In all deadlifts, your knees don't come forward until after the bar passes. So if you were doing a barbell deadlift with real weights, then your knees will come forward as soon as it passes the knees. Because if your knees go forward, you're gonna hit your knees with the bar. Yes, you're doing good right there. You're doing good right there. That's good movement so
Hard to
far.
remember to always have this going on too.
Exactly. That's what. Remember, you only gotta do. You try the best you can, and every time you improve the form little by little. Right?
Yeah.
It isn't gonna be perfect the first time. Neither the second time. And
It
then
takes,
you're gonna do like, let's say, 3 really good reps, and then you lose the form, and then you do another 2 bad reps, and then you get the form back, and then like that.
okay. I take it it's normal for my lower back to
Yes,
start going nuts.
of course.
Well,
There's
if
no
you
way
try,
around it until it develops the stamina. All right, little by little, it'll develop the stamina.
I don't think it's my back. I think it's right above the left side of my iliac crest. I think it's called.
Okay, see, but at the top, don't lean back. Just stand up straight. All right, don't
Okay, do
overextend.
that. Okay.
Yeah, just so far you're moving really good. A lot better than a lot of people. So don't feel bad about anything.
Just that area I mentioned is really going crazy.
All right. Only go until you can. Then
Yeah.
remember, the next time you'll get stronger and be able to do more.
That's
You're
what
doing
I'm gonna
pretty good,
do with
senor.
that
That's good. That's good right there.
because of this.
Yeah. It's all right.
Not on the right side, it's on the left. But
Okay. Okay. Now come closer. We could talk.
the
Yeah.
what?
Yeah. You come closer. We could talk.
Okay.
So that is normal. Remember, when you work out with weights, if you were working out with weights, you're not doing constant tension. Here you were doing constant tension. So that's gonna put a toll on your body that it's not used to. So we first have to adapt to get that stamina of staying there. Even though it's not a lot of tension in reality, that purple band, it is enough that if you haven't done constant tension, your body's going, wait a minute, what is this guy doing? Right? You're making me have to hold here. This hurts, but it isn't injuring you. That's not going to happen, not with that much tension. And you were moving nice and controlled. So just go until where you can. The next time, you might get another 2 or 3 reps. And you'll notice that maybe in 2 weeks, all of a sudden, you jump up like this because all of a sudden it adapts to it. So all we want is, we don't want to explode. We want to control it and just do the right movement. Little by little, that's going to improve your stamina on it. And then your core will get adapted and you will be able to start doing more. Your knees, you did, let's say, when you see the video, there was some that moved up a lot, some that you did right, some that moved up a lot again, and then some that you did right. So that again will also adapt. You already know what you want to do. We just gotta do the movement so we could start learning how to do it. Because one thing is to see, yeah, I know I gotta do this, but then when you do it, you completely go off. It's somewhat like me dancing salsa. When I hear music and I'm sitting down, I said, man, I'm a great dancer. I could dance here. As soon as I stand up, I can't dance worth nothing. For some reason, okay, I cannot dance at all. but I guess if I practiced and did it, I would get better at it. I'm never really great at it, but I have to practice to do it. You see what I'm saying? This is the same thing here. Just because we know how to do it doesn't mean that when we start doing it, it says, damn, how do you actually do it? Right? We have to do the movement little by little, and we improve little by little doing it. Okay? So right there, it really wasn't that bad. I've seen people do a million times worse. Okay.
Well, when I first tried to restart the X3, which would be the fourth time, that was in
Mhm.
early August. And my first 3 days of each of them went fine. But then one day I hurt myself. So I obviously had bad form all of a
Yes.
sudden and I had to stop.
Yeah.
I mean, I had to, and then I thought about contacting you and I did. And I just didn't want to try it again to get ready for this call and screw up again. So,
Okay, perfect. We'll take it little by little. We're gonna do 2 days, then one day off, like that. We're gonna start with the program because all we want to do is adapt. The beginning isn't so much, it's about getting form down and adapting. People want to rush everything, and then just let's just get the movements down and start adapting, and then you will improve real quick after that.
okay. You want me to
How
move
does
on
your
to
back
that?
feel right now? Now we want the bent row.
Yeah. Okay. Oops. Let's see. Yeah, doubled.
I would do it underhand. I would do it underhand because the upper
Yep.
hand is harder.
That's
So
right.
now
Yeah.
what you want is the same thing. Stick your chest out. Try to stay like that. Now pull it towards your pant right there, right there, and hold and let it pull you down slow. And right back up right here. Don't let it go straight your arms. Right there.
Don't let it go beyond the knees or past the
Yeah,
knees.
don't let it go beyond the knees. Just go like right there.
My height anyway. Okay.
Yeah. At the top, just hold for like a second, squeeze hard, and then let it go down slow.
Is my wrist position correct, or should I turn my wrist up toward the palm?
I would try to
should
have
I
them
turn
as
my
straight
palms
as
up toward
possible.
the ceiling more?
Yeah, I would have them straight as possible, so don't let them bend back.
Okay. I definitely feel this in my knees.
Yeah, of course. I will pull the knees back up a bit, and you know, like you're like squatting down. I would again be your knees more up, and you more bent over. Because right now you're like
I don't know
squatting.
what you mean.
Well, I will pull the knees are forward. I wouldn't have the knees forward.
Do you mean straighten them?
Yeah.
Like this?
Yep.
Oh.
But then
okay.
you have to be able to pull your back, your ass back, just like in the deadlift. Chest out. Try to have the chest out. There you go.
Okay.
You're doing really good, senor. I'll tell you the truth. Again, a lot better than a lot of people.
Yeah, this way I'm feeling it in my back now, my lower back.
Well, of course, again, this move will tire you out until you adapt.
Yep.
It is a really horrible move. All right. Good. Good job. Yep. Relax and walk around.
Yep.
Or crawl around, one or the other.
Can I ask you a couple of questions while I'm...
Yes, you can. That's what I'm here for.
Regarding chalk, which I do have, I didn't put it on yet, but are we to put chalk on before each move, or do we just put chalk on for the whole workout?
I would do it for... I put them on, let's say for pull days, I put it on in every move. I just go like this, I start sitting there, I put it on. It's almost like a mental thing, pum, 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 pum. I make sure it's nice and shocky, because for pulls, your hand shock make a big difference.
Well, what I mean is you put it on, then do like
a deadlift, and then I will put more on, do bench row.
Okay, yeah. That's what I wanted to know. Does the Trainerized site keep track of the allowed sessions per month, or do I need to keep track of that? Does it show up? You know what I mean?
It does, but if I let it go like that, like where then you won't be able to like set up the sessions in a sense, because it would give you like 4 at the most, right, for the solo sessions, and then you wouldn't be able to log into. Sometimes I have it set up where if you see an open class, you're able to jump into it, so it doesn't matter. But you want right now, like you're getting like 4 solo classes, right? Completely.
I thought it said 2 solos or 4 duos or groups.
Which one are you at? Which level are you at? Let me see.
Well, it was 160 when I paid for it. Now it jumped up to 170. I don't remember the name of that one. I think is it called Pro Bar or something like that?
No, you're at the Elite Bar.
Okay.
So that's 2 solo or 4, but in reality, I give you you're able to get into as many classes as you want.
Oh.
For the group ones.
If they're available, yeah.
Yeah. You jump in and you get and a lot of people like working out with other people. It keeps you more accountable, right? We want more of these solo ones to really practice honing on your form and more like personal.
Okay, that's fine. they're just solo ones, like for now,
Yeah.
especially since I had to wait so long before
Yeah.
I could get
So
decent.
but like I said, you're still able to get into the other ones.
Okay.
All right. So don't worry about that. You just let me know when is your good day for the workout. And then we do it. Like if you want to do this again tomorrow at this time, we could do it again tomorrow at this time. That way you have the push day tomorrow.
Yeah, that'll work for me. I have my Zoom call with my flexibility coach at oh, wait a minute. No, I have to take my dad somewhere. Shoot.
Okay. When do you want to do a push one? Unless you want to do it later on in the day. I mean, that's okay. You just let me know.
Yeah, I could do it later on today.
No, I mean later on in the day tomorrow. Not to today.
Okay.
Today,
I'm sorry.
you're not gonna do the same workout today.
That's right.
Another workout today. That would be crazy.
That's right. Okay. Would sometime after 2 o'clock work or not?
2 o'clock your time, 3 o'clock my time. That sounds like it works.
Okay.
All right. So we'll. So you're saying 2 o'clock your time, and I'll set it up for 3 o'clock my time, and that we'll do it that way.
Yeah.
Okay.
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 All right.
So now we go to drag curl.
Yeah.
So the band is singled, not doubled.
Yep, that's right.
Is that a Floyd Reed plate?
No, this is a Harambe.
Okay.
That I use it because it feel less crowded.
Yeah, I know.
You
I have the Floyd Reed plate, that's like a copy of.
Okay, we're doing
Drag curls.
Okay.
Right there. So now stand up straight. Wow, you already got this down.
I watch your videos. I don't
You're
remember
already the Michael Jackson move already down and everything.
Yeah,
Keep your
well,
elbows
you do
back.
that all the time.
Keep your elbows back behind you. Now just slide it up best you can. Right there, squeeze and pull it behind you. At the top, squeeze and pull it like behind you. Like try to pass it behind. Exactly. You do that at the top.
That close? Okay.
Yeah. Well, when you get to the top, you go like that and then squeeze and pull behind you. You feel like it hurts your. Don't go so far down. So like go up to like where your shorts are at.
Okay.
Which would be like right around there. You want to keep tension.
Yeah. The problem with this one is my wrists will want to give out because
Of course.
I either have weak wrists or
it has to adapt because look at the position. Your wrists right now are not getting a rest. If you brought your hands all the way up like people do regular bicep curls, your wrists will be resting. But right there, your wrists are loaded, ain't they? So they have to adapt all of a sudden to constant tension of holding a bar that's being pulled behind them. It wants to turn the wrist back. So that's very normal that right now in the beginning, that's what you feel until it adapts.
So it's okay to lock my knees with this move, correct?
Yeah, you're not.
Or not? Or should they even be kind of relaxed like that?
Well, you could relax. You don't have to lock them on rigid, but you're fine. Right now, we're not doing nothing. We're not doing nothing at the knees.
How high up should I go? To my nipples or not even that high?
As high as you could bring it by keeping your elbows back, though. Don't let the elbows come forward.
Yeah.
So you bring it as high as your arms will go with your elbows back, which will, for everybody will be different. There's no way to control it for everybody. Everybody will have a different range.
So the elbows can move up and down. They're not supposed to just hinge from where they are, right? Like if I can do this, do it.
Well, don't try to shrug up.
Okay. No.
Because you will have to shrug up to do that.
Okay. And
go back up. Don't go so low. We want to keep tension on it.
What's the point of leaning forward? Just in case the person has a big belly, it'll help them?
Well, no, if the person has a big belly, sometimes they can't do drag curl because the belly is too big.
Yeah.
Then they have to do like regular curls. The point of leaning forward is that it keeps you in better position.
Okay.
Like you're like actually focused more right there. That's it. Go back up. Don't let it go so high, so low.
Okay.
Remember at the top, squeeze and pull behind you. It'll make you hurt more.
Okay. I'm already hurting on that area, lower back. I have with the other. right above the pelvic bone in the back. Mm.
Nice. You
Mm.
did that good, senor.
If I didn't have the, if I didn't have pains elsewhere, I feel like I could
Should probably
deal
do more. Yes,
with the
I'm
attempted
probably.
fatigue more, but
I'm sure that you're stronger than what you're doing right now. But remember, all we're doing in the beginning is adapting the body to the workout. So it isn't just, we're not just trying to work the biceps. Your whole body has to adapt to being in the position. So once it gets that adapted, you'll get more. There's no way, you cannot outwork your core. So if your back, lower back, and everything is sore, you can't do more than your lower back can do. So whatever it is, it has to adapt and get used to it. Once it does, you'll be able to do the other muscles. People want to, but my legs, yeah, your legs can't do what uh, you can't do anything if your lower back doesn't allow you to. So you have to first train your lower back before your legs will get blasted. That's just normal. In almost anything, you can't go squat 700 pounds if your lower back can handle it. Maybe your legs can, but if your lower back can handle it, you can't do it because guess what? The lower back is literally the most important part of the workout. It has to adapt. Once that's done, you're able to do everything else, right? But it will. Simple as that.
when you eat raw meat, do you eat it right out of the package? Do you like somehow clean it in any way? Because it looks
I
like in a couple you just eat right out of the package. You just add
I
salt.
wouldn't. Yes, yep. I would not. Again, I don't eat raw chicken, and I don't eat raw whatever. All right, that's not gonna happen. Uh, but raw beef is very good, and I'll tell you right now. You know that most contamination with meat a lot of times happens by people washing it.
Yep.
Water has a lot of freaking bacteria in it. So don't wash your meat because unless you're gonna cook it, don't wash it because
Yep.
when you wash it, you might be contaminating. All right. So that's like the first thing. Depending on how good your water supply is, I don't know.
Well, I use a water distiller, but not for what I would wash
Yeah.
chicken with. It's just for
Yeah.
drinking.
Yeah.
I distilled my drinking water.
So and then again, I guess you will have to trust your food source. Um,
Yep.
and eating steak most of the time, that's fairly simple. It isn't like the end of the world. It's really your ground beef that you have no idea how they did it because you have no idea what the heck they did it with.
Mm-hmm.
Right? A lot of times I do right now. If you really want to eat ground beef, just buy your chuck, buy your whatever, and chop it up yourself. Get
Yep.
the processor to chop it up, and then now it's no problem. Who cares?
Okay.
As long as you only use it for that, don't start doing the same processor for chicken that you would do for beef or beef for chicken. You would have to have one separate. That way, you're never getting cross contamination.
Okay.
Besides that, I don't know. I love my raw meat,
I've never tried it because
especially when
people
traveling. It makes
think
it
me
so much
crazy for
easier.
doing it, but I've eaten raw eggs. I have no problem with that. I've never had a problem eating raw eggs or drinking raw eggs. So
Yeah. The key thing with eggs, if you were gonna eat it, there was one time that I was drinking a lot of raw eggs, and the simplest way to make it that you have no problem is if you put them in boiling water for like 30 seconds, the egg no longer could have anything because you killed what's outside of the shell.
mm-hmm.
So you boil some water and you put the eggs inside, and then you take them right out. They only need to be in there for like 15, 30 seconds. Obviously, they won't get boiled in that time. And then you're able to just drink it because there's no contamination around them at all. Because the only contamination in the egg is outside the shell. And when you crack it open, you could contaminate the egg. That's
Yep.
that's what it is. So if you were to boil the outside, there's no contamination.
Okay.
Okay, now we do calf raises.
I'm not going to
And
do what a lot of people do. They try to get away with not doubling it over. I remember you've
yeah,
gotten on their case a lot of times saying they do it deliberately. when they just say, "Oh, I forgot."
Well, I'm sure glad we got the internet solved,
Yep.
because this is going to make it a lot simpler. You're going to see that as soon as we're done, I'm going to send you the video and it's already there.
Okay. Since this is a wider plate, I mean, we're supposed to leave the heels off of here, but because I'll be on the balls of my feet here, it should be fine, right? I won't be.
Yes. Don't as long as your balls and your feet are over the band, right? It doesn't matter. It won't affect it.
Can you see my heels? Do I need to
Yes, I
turn
can
it
see.
more?
Yeah. No, they're good. Wow, senor, you got really good movement for a big guy. You're a big guy, and you're controlling that. You look like a Tinkerbell over there. You could go dance the ballerina like a Tinkerbell, like you're moving like Swan Lake. You're able to like a ballet dancer. Look at how high you go. Most people that are big like that, like you, they can't elevate as good. Right there, you're doing good. You're moving great with you have good control of your calf raise. And you got naturally big calves anyways. This is awesome.
People have told me that.
Yes, no. If you don't believe it, then I don't know. You haven't seen people with small calves, because you got naturally big calves, senor.
I kind of have to go slow anyway because of the balance aspect.
Well, senor, some people.
I feel like if I tried to do it like this, I'd lose balance. So
Senor, you have
to go so slow and concentrate.
Most people can't do slow. They lose balance. You're doing great. That is really good. So that's a good sign. So you got good stability. You got every move I've seen so far. You're doing controlling good. So we're gonna get this. You're gonna get really good, really quick.
You probably can't tell, but my right foot does kind of, on the way down, it'll go in an arc a little bit. And that's me trying to control my balance, but
it's all right.
It's not too bad.
No, not at all. You're looking great.
Oops. See, I was starting to go forward there. I got to slow down more.
Yeah, that's good.
When I've done these before, I usually face the other direction because my ceiling turns into a wall, so it's curved. If I fall forward, I can just let my head hit it, and then I'll balance myself. But
that makes good. That's a good idea.
Yeah, I figured this is the move I do well, but I wish the other ones I could do properly and have good form on.
Are all those things in the wall books, DVDs, CDs? What are they?
DVDs.
Okay. Well, you got a big collection there, senor. You're like Blockbuster.
Yeah. Over in the corner there are VHS. They're turned sideways. I don't know if you could see them.
Yeah, I see them. You still got the DVD players?
Yeah, I got DVD, VHS. Oh.
You got everything. Did you ever get laser discs?
No. And I never got like a 4K player. I don't really care about that. But I do have a lot of 3D movies.
Senor, you did great. You did great for telling me you haven't done it. You did great. All right. So we're gonna get you situated, and you're gonna start doing great. Because I see you got good form, good control. You pay attention. That's good.
Yeah, I usually don't speed up. I don't think I have a problem with trying to get through them too quick. It just, with me, it's balance on some things and not remembering to do that on a lot of them. And you saw my I want to do this whenever I do those deadlifts. I have a problem keeping, my lower legs like that. They always want to do that when I'm
you want to always like sit down, like let your knees go forward. That's normal, senor. We'll work on that. No one's perfect.
I'll mention a couple other things here.
Let me see. Look, you see that bed next to you?
Yes, I'm aware of it.
Right. Go over there for a moment.
Okay.
Now stand up in front of it. With your not the other way. The other way. Have your heels Now have your heels push him against it, like push back against it, right? Now, as you go down and move your ass back doing a deadlift, push against the bed with
With
your
those.
heels. Yeah. So keep yourself straight. No, but no, but do a
Oh,
deadlift instead. Do the deadlift form. Like imagine you're holding the bar in front of you. Now push your so that way the knees stay there. Now up. But don't sit down. You like do that move, like feel the stretch of your hamstrings. Now go up. You see that? You feel
yeah.
that? That's what we want to do. So you could actually do the deadlift right in front of that bed like that. So you could use it as a thing where you're able to push against it. So you could
So,
keep your heels back against it, and you're able to
so
then do, you know,
so it
you
would
see that
keep me from doing that.
exactly to keep you from doing that.
Well, there's nothing. It seems like I'd need something here
No,
too
no,
to
because
keep me from
remember,
doing
no,
that.
because what we want is your mind to do it. You could physically, when you feel it back there, you're able to push against it. You feel, that's what I'm supposed to do. You see how you're keeping it there? That's what we want.
Okay.
All right. So we'll do it there from now on. In the beginning, eventually, you already, that's what it is. Because what it is that when you when you do it right now and you let yourself go back, you fall off balance. This is giving you the balance that you're able to, and you start learning. Oh, I'm able to keep my knees here. I'm not gonna fall back. That's what we want. That's all we do. We'll do it that way, and you'll see. In 2 weeks, you go, oh, now I'm able to keep them up because all we're doing is practicing the move. All right. So
Okay.
that's a perfect height for it.
Um, just to let you know some other things.
Hmm.
Besides the X3 bands, I do. Well, you saw I have a Sirius Steel purple and an orange
Hmm.
band,
Okay.
so I have that. I made my own band shorteners. They're out of foam, so
Okay.
I've got one that will reduce them by 5 inches. Two of them for 5, two of them for 3.5.
Okay.
You saw I have a Harambe foot plate.
Hmm.
I also have a long bar, which I've never used, but I just had. The reason I bought a long bar too is because I thought maybe the Harambe being wider might make me need to use a long bar. I'm just letting you know I have one in case
No,
you need to know.
I don't think we're gonna need it.
Okay, I have a squat belt. Never tried it.
Okay. Perfect.
Um, I do have wrist wraps. I have chalk. I have a low ceiling, so when I've done the overhead press, I just automatically start on my knees
Okay.
with that one. And I would, just to let you know that I can't really, at least
Then
where I have,
I
at least where I have my webcam and everything, I can't do that unless I get on my knees.
is there a spot that you can or there isn't?
Yeah, but I can't take the webcam down there.
Okay. All right.
I did want to ask though, is there an alternative to that? Because uh, I saw a video somewhere a long time ago where they said uh, if you don't have a high enough ceiling that you can do this with
Yeah,
it.
but you're better off from the knees than you are
Yeah,
from that.
I
The
guess.
shoulder press is a much better move than that.
Okay. All right.
Like literally, like a million times better than that.
Okay. And then other than that, I tell you, I've got some weak wrists. I have a little bit of I got tight hamstring tightness in what I think
Hmm.
is either called the semi-tendinosis or semi-membranosis.
Okay. That will all improve while actually doing it. That's literally what will move. The actual range of movement will improve, and that will loosen that.
And
Okay.
then I've got a right rotator cuff
Messed
pain that
up.
really only happens if I reach back like this. I have to
Yeah.
get in a weird position. I
I
don't
have
think anything happens when I've done the overhead press,
I
though. I
have
think.
well, I have a bone spur in my right shoulder, and it's the same thing with the overhead press. It doesn't feel it. If I was doing bench press with a real bench, then it really limits my because eventually once you start doing it, it gets inflammation, and then like this side will be, but this side will be in pain. The way I was able to handle it was with bench press. I did reverse. Reverse bench press keeps you in the right position. Right. Reverse bench press is actually the worst, the best kind of bench press because when your hands are like this, where they're like this, notice that you're when you're like this, like holding the bar like that, rather than like this, your shoulders cannot move from there. Literally, they stay in the position that they're supposed to be. When you go like this, you're going to internally rotate. When your hand is like this, it keeps your shoulders back. Like it literally forces your shoulders back and stuck onto the bench. So that's the safest form of bench press because it keeps you like this. And what you don't want to do in a bench is do this, do whatever. And everybody lifts their shoulders off the bench, messes up your shoulder. There goes that. So I have the same issue, but the shoulder press doesn't do nothing to my right shoulder.
Yeah, I've never had
Yeah.
that be affected by the
Perfect.
overhead, but I just thought I should mention that.
Yeah.
In case
It shouldn't, because if you, as long as you keep the right position of your shoulder, it doesn't do it because the shoulder is moving in its natural position here. Whenever you do something else, you can move out of position, then it messes up your shoulder.
Okay, I have wrist wraps. Should I not use those even at the start? I presume you want me to just deal with any discomfort while I build up my wrist strength.
Yes,
correct?
right now we're going to be doing it so light that all we're going to be doing is actually building up the strength in it. We'll see where it goes from there. You don't have the issues that the other gentleman that I'm training that literally has no cartilage in his wrist and he's like in extreme pain, and he's still working out with extreme pain but he's going to have to get operations, but his hands have no cartilage in them, so everything's gone, and any movement hurts him.
Okay.
So I had to like get him. I invented moves for him that just hold on to a wrist hook, so he's able to do the movements without pressing anything in his hand.
I am missing padding here and here, but I have not yet noticed that get any pressure put on it by the bar, so I'm lucky.
No,
But
yeah,
that's
it shouldn't, because if you're using this kind of area, you're already doing wrong. If you're pushing here, you're already twisting your hand back. That's wrong. You got to be pushing into the palm of your hand, right? So that you're not bending your wrist back. Same way as when you're holding the bar is held by your palm of your hand. It's not held here. So if you're holding the bar here, it's going to open your fingers. So you people go, but I lose my grip. Well, yeah, because you're holding it wrong. You got to know how to hold it, right?
Okay, that's it. So
Well, then I'll see you tomorrow
at 2:00 my time, correct?
Yeah, 2 o'clock your time, 3 o'clock my time.
Okay, I'm writing that down. Okay, all right.
All right, I'll make the schedule now.
All right.
That was
Take care.
great. You did great. Okay.
You.
All right. Bye.
Tomorrow. Okay.